Saw that.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. All right. Welcome to the Pretty City Podcast. My name
Hmm.
is Devin Reno. I am no longer a surgical assist. I am an online physique and performance coach, as well as a independent wrestler, and one half of the Pretty City Express.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. What's up, guys? I'm Christopher Landon Anthony Streeter, also known as Class. I'm a clinical psychologist and also a independent professional wrestler and the other half of the greatest tag team in the history of the world, the Pretty City Express. We're so back.
We are so back. And bear with us. We're doing this new recording thing through Riverside, so we have like a studio now and all this stuff. So I'm learning how to do that.
Yeah, let's take this hiatus as we took a couple steps back in order to take so many steps forward.
100%. Guys, I was driving across the country, and
Yeah.
then I flew back because I'm an idiot, and then I flew out of the country to spend a week in a very great spot. It
Yes.
wasn't all bad, and then now I'm finally back. It's my
Yeah.
first week at the new home.
It's literally been I was just thinking about like the journey you had the last, I don't know, what is it, 3 weeks, 4 weeks now?
Yeah,
The last
yeah,
month, really? But then I was like, man, yeah, that was crazy. But then it's just like typical of how this year has been with like our bookings and stuff so far. It's just been one place to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And then you just turn the volume up on this last month and went like double time with everything.
yeah. I think that's why I hit such a wall this week. Was because it was like, oh, now I don't have any bookings. Now I don't have any surgeries to do. I was just like had a panic attack. It's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah. Now you just have
And
time.
yes, now I have time, and that's very scary. So I'm figuring out how to fill the time, how to make the most use of it, and just get familiar with the area. Because I don't want to just be a hermit, like Max said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need to be a person still, so I got to figure all that out.
Yeah. It sounds like we were talking before we started recording. It
Yeah.
sounds like you're getting things figured out and there's some fun stories in there, and there's some like just normal everyday things like you learned about Sam's Club and figured that out. You got the movie theater. Like
Yeah.
there's so many cool things that are happening, and it's just
Yes.
I'm excited for you.
I feel like I'm growing up.
Yes, yes.
I am growing up in the most Devin way possible.
Oh,
I forgot what I even. Oh, we won't talk about it, but I remember what we were talking about.
yes, that's the
Where,
most Devon thing.
yeah, where you were like, you're becoming more of yourself by the day.
Yeah, and that is still true.
I think that's a beautiful thing, and I also think that's a very worrying thing.
We've spent a lot of time together, and I'm confident you will be fine and have the best stories along the way.
It should be good.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, what's up? What you been up to? Give us kind of a
Man,
rundown of, I guess, like we should maybe chat about Fan Fusion, but maybe give us a
oh yeah,
rundown of, let's start with the road trip. Let's go segment by segment. Give us a rundown of the road trip.
yeah. So it started. Oh my god, I forgot. I was in Arizona, and then I decided, well, my Universal Studios pass doesn't expire for another week, and I'm going to be driving a long time anyway, so I might as well go one last time while I'm out here. So drove out to Universal Studios Hollywood. I spent 2 nights there and around the area. The first, I don't think I went to the park 2 days. I think the first night, oh no, I saw a movie on the way because of a traffic jam.
That's
I
right. And
saw
Morongo.
Yeah, I saw Passenger, which was straight utter garbage, and we will talk about that later. And I feel like I defend movies a lot on here,
You
and
do.
I'm very like I like 99% of movies that I watch. I
Yeah.
did not like this movie; it was terrible.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I
It
would have
was
rather stayed in traffic.
First, okay, that bad. And this, just to kind of validate what you said, I don't think you've ever come on here and talked about a movie and said it was garbage. This is the first garbage movie we're hearing about. So that says something.
I've maybe seen 3 movies I would consider garbage in my entire life, and I can't
And
remember the other 2.
this was one of them. Okay.
This was definitely one of them.
Okay.
So yeah, I did that. I got out to Universal. Had a fun couple days there. Going to okay, movies by myself. I'm a pro at it.
Yeah.
I still get people, and I remember being anxious the first time I went to a movie by myself. Everybody should go to movies by themselves at least once. Just experience it.
Agreed.
It's awesome. And the theme park by myself really freaked me out. I won't lie, because it's just like there's people around you. They're allowed to talk, whereas in a movie they're not. You know. So
Of course, yeah.
Then I went on one ride, the studio tour, surrounded by kids and families and crying, and I was like, okay, this isn't my jam. But also, I'm a grown man at a theme park. There are kids at a theme park. They deserve the right of way here.
That's understandable, yeah.
So I caught myself getting annoyed for like 30 seconds. And I went, what the fuck am I annoyed about? Like, I'm here. I'm having a good time. I know the ride. I'm going to learn more about film today. And so I kind of checked myself there. But then I went to the Harry Potter 3 Broomsticks. I sent you a picture of the meal. Oh my God, it was worth it. And last time I was there, I was with my ex and her son. So we got the family feast, which was like 4 serving, and they just put it on this like giant plate, and they're like, have all the chicken and all the corn and all the potatoes, and it's awesome. I didn't do that this time. I just got 2 separate dishes, but it was still this like a massive amount of food, and it was relatively clean. It was chicken and corn, veggies, and potatoes, and then I got some ribs, corn, veggies, potatoes. It was so good.
Oh, nice.
Probably my favorite theme park place to eat. And so that was that day. I saw 2 movies. I saw Passenger, and then I saw 3. I saw Passenger, I saw Obsession, and then Hokum. Which, Hokum, great, really good movie. Obsession, I just saw it again last night. I'm still, pun intended, obsessed with it.
There it
It's
is.
so freaking good. Oh my God. I enjoyed almost every. And then, we'll get to this later, but the second time, I was still tense.
Really?
Because, oh yeah. Because now I knew what was happening. And so it made it more tense for me. Because I was like, oh no, they haven't figured this out yet. Oh, like, I can't describe it. The way
got
that
you.
everything is shot, and it's just so well done that. And I even knew, I was literally hyping myself up because there was one part, the first viewing, that scared the ever living hell out of me. I had goosebumps. I have goosebumps now thinking about it. And I was like, all right, she's gonna do this. I know it's happening. I know it's coming. And then she did it, and I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I was scared again. It was terrifying. And I knew it was gonna happen. So
Okay.
it's so good.
So just a
But yeah.
testament to being that good of a story, and that, like, the way they set everything up was just that good to where it got you twice.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
It was just, I don't, and it's such a simple, how do I say it? It's a simple story, but the decisions that were made and the flow of it was just so tight and good and expected but unexpected. Like, there were things where I'm just like, of course that would happen, but why? Why did it have to happen? And there's just such dread on the, oh my God. And you always, like, first of all, okay, let's move past that. We're talking about the road trip. Great movie. We'll talk about it later. So after that, I made it to Albuquerque, which I was there for like a cup of coffee. I literally just slept there. And then I got back up and hit the road. I went to Dallas, where I hit Metroflex.
Metroflex.
So cool. Dude, speaking of movies, I can't tell you, when I first got out, because it was nighttime, when I first got out to go in, the garage doors are up, there's Rob Zombie blaring, and it's in this, like, junkyard. Like
Whoa.
literally, it's like the garages of the Arizona Pro Wrestling Training Center, like that
Yeah.
plaza. But
Yeah.
it's literal dirt parking lot. There's a junkyard of cars right next to it, and then there's just this lit up gym, but blaring hard rock. And I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Whoa.
So I walk in. The door to get into the front desk is broken. You have to like the. It literally looks like someone slammed it so hard the door handle shattered, and they just never fixed it, which I'm sure is what happened.
Yeah.
So I like open it, and there's this guy in there just chilling. I go, "Hey man, I just want a day pass." He's like, "Oh yeah, for sure, I got you." And then I was like, "When do you guys close?" And he goes, "Well, whenever we're done." Okay.
Love that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, "When do you open?" He goes, first person's usually here at 6. And I go, "Okay, great. I'll be here early." And so that was awesome. It's a mess. Like there's literally no rhyme or reason to anything. I think I showed you the video. There was
Yes.
just dumbbells stacked, like just on the floor, just 250-pound dumbbells just thrown around. And my OCD brain hated it. I hated everything about that part, but it was so legendary that I was like, I don't even care. This is awesome.
Yeah.
It's such a
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. Oh.
So that was the highlight of Dallas. And then from Dallas, I went to Huntsville, where I did AEW extra work. That was a great time. Huntsville, kind of a underrated city. It was very pretty. It was very pretty.
The vlogs he posted, it's surprising. I've always, because Huntsville's not like that southern, right? It's kind of central or northern Alabama.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of pretty like trees and forests and stuff in northern and central Alabama. I think I'm saying this right, like giving the correct description, that I just assumed Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana were all just like swamp and like not
Yeah,
that.
that's what I thought.
But it's really pretty, yeah. So like your vlogs really showed that. I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at a bunch of pictures of it and it looks beautiful.
Yeah. It was in, it might have been, it looked like a downtown area, like downtown Huntsville, but there was a college there, and a couple of us went to the bar after, and I parked over at this parking garage, and then I walked to the bar, and there was this little park that had like a creek and a waterfall, and you went up these stairs. It was like very like classy, but I was just
Yeah.
like, whoa, this is awesome. Like very manicured, very clean. It was very very like an artsy town, which I did not expect.
Yeah, very cool. Okay.
And then from there, I went up to I made it 18 hours. I made it all the way to where I live now, Manchester, New Hampshire.
That is such a beastly drive.
Yeah.
18 hours straight is a lot.
And what's crazy is I never really was like, I had plans on where I was gonna stop, but I was just like, no, I'm good. Like I think I yawned once or twice, because I yawned and I went, oh no, here we go. And then I was like 2 hours out and I go, no, I got this. And
Yeah.
it was fine. So
Wow.
yeah, I was very, very blessed to have that mindset, or that easy of a drive.
Yeah. Yeah. And from Huntsville to New Hampshire, what just quick highlights, like what'd you go through, what'd you see on the way, just as far as like scenery?
I don't remember much. I remember we through Pennsylvania. I
Yeah.
immediately was like, "Oh, I'm in the Northeast now." Like there was just a switch
Yeah.
where I go, "Oh, we're in the Northeast," and then I saw the like a sign for Philadelphia or something, and I was like, "Oh, I must be in Pennsylvania," and it said Pennsylvania. I was like, "Oh, okay." Like where the vibe certainly shifted. I was like, "Okay," so that was cool. That's
Yeah.
like the biggest thing I remember, because most of it was at night. Oh, New York! I drove through New York.
Through the city?
Yeah, at
Oh,
3 in the morning.
That's the time to go through, because traffic probably wasn't that bad.
So that was something I think that's why I pushed through, because when I was mapping it out, I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go through New York if I go this route. I don't want to do that. But I timed it out. I go, okay, I'd be getting there around 3 a.m. I need to do that. Otherwise, I'm there on a Monday. Absolutely not.
You would have got stuck on the George Washington Bridge for like 2 hours.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I go that I think that's the biggest motivator is that I can't be tired. I have to make it through New York. And then once I make
totally.
it through New York, it's like an hour and a half drive. So, yeah, that I think motivated me because even at 3 a.m. I was like, this is miserable. There's so many highways. There's so many like twists and turns. I was just I'm okay. I don't want to do any of this during the day. So if I have to drive, which I will have to drive to New York, I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little bit of a hike, but it's I don't know. It's good to experience like it. So all right, let me put it this way: driving in New York and living there for a little bit made me appreciate Phoenix specifically because when we have traffic here and it's bad, it's like not even in the same stratosphere as traffic over there. So it like
But yeah,
having to go through that really put everything in perspective on how bad it can be.
that's
So
fair.
yeah, that'll be good. There, dude, I'm so excited to just hear about all the journeys you go on, and that's certainly going to be one of them going down to New York.
I'm walking to get my charger. Sorry.
On brand, on brand.
um, no, I agree. I think I'm excited, but also the grid system in Arizona, goaded.
Yeah, it's the best.
Absolutely goaded. None of you, I'm going to be that guy now. None of you have any right to complain about driving. It's on
Arizona driving is easy.
it's on a grid. You don't get lost. Here, I can't tell you. I still have to map my way home from the
Yep.
movie theater I've been to twice. Because I'm like, I don't know, man. There's so many curves.
Yep. Well, we even ran into that last summer when we were out there.
Yeah.
Like just leaving the Logan Airport, I felt like we took a
Oh
wrong
my
turn, or
god.
like it was goofy. And thank God it was 2 in the morning and there was literally no one out.
Yeah.
Because yeah, so like we're spoiled out here to where everything's just flat and on a grid, and out there it's like, yeah, we have so much space, and you're gonna work around it and build curves and bridges and this and that, and you're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. The other day, I was coming home from the gym, and it took me on a different route, but it was the same amount of time that it was usually. So I
Yeah,
go, oh, okay, like, 32 minutes or whatever. Awesome, cool. I know that route. So I went, and then immediately I'm somewhere else. I go, this is a different route, but it's the same amount of time. That doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
And I'm going through different towns, and I ended up in Massachusetts just to come back to New Hampshire. I'm like, I don't get it anymore. Oh yeah, I'm just okay. I am where I am, I
wow,
guess.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm curious how long it's gonna take your mental map to get it down, because I'm sure there's gonna be a point where probably not in too long, where in most cases you're not going to need the maps. It just takes a minute to reprogram.
Yeah, I think so. Like now, I have it as like a safety blanket,
Yeah,
but also there's such beautiful drives. This happened twice actually, where I know where I'm supposed to turn. I just miss it. I'm just like I'm looking at the houses. I'm like, oh, that's a cool house. Or I'm like, oh, that's a park. What's that? There's a river here. Oh my god! Like I'm looking around, and I literally was like, shit, U-turn in 2 miles. What? I'm like, how? And I'm like, all right, that was my turn. All right, it's happened twice. So
yeah,
pissed.
it happens. Okay, so you got there, and then obviously, once you move to your new place, you would spend some time acclimating and getting rested, and just give yourself a couple of weeks to settle in, right?
Sounds great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was here for 2 days. So I got here. If I left Huntsville Sunday morning, I got here Monday morning, and then I I literally was like, I am not going to bed until this car is unpacked because I am not waking up tomorrow needing to unpack this. So
yeah.
I drove in. Oh, it was a whole mess getting into the place. They sent me the wrong instructions, my
Oh, yeah.
landlord, and it's 5 in the morning. I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. So I text them. And then I just was like, well, I'll see. So I went walking around the unit, and I found my unit, and then I found a keypad, and I used a code, and they're like, oh, okay. So I got in with no help from them, but and so once that happened, and I didn't know where to park, and like the parking's kind of weird here, and I So I parked on the street, but I brought it up the driveway, and then I unloaded everything and just threw it in the living room. I was like, this is just has to be
Yeah.
in here. So I got
Yeah.
it. I have to go up the stairs. So I went up the stairs a couple times. That was I was very blessed to have gone to the gym for as long as I have and been focused on strength because I did it in like 4 or 5 trips. I'm
Nice.
just stacking totes and walking up these stairs. I probably look like a crazy person. I'm sleep deprived. I'd been up since the day before. I was like, I'm getting all of this in here.
Yep.
And then I slept for a couple hours, woke up, went to the gym, got signed up there, did a mini grocery haul because I knew I was leaving. And then the next day was my first full day where I just kind of I went to the gym, I relaxed, I organized my new place a little bit, and then packed for the next day, which was driving to or flying back to Phoenix.
Yep. Yep.
Which it's only a 10-minute drive. Like the airport, the Manchester airport's only a 10-minute drive, so the lift is super
Nice.
easy.
Okay.
That helps a lot.
Did you park your car there or did you Uber?
I Ubered, yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Easy. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah. So then we had, so you got in Wednesday night to Arizona, right?
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. And so then there was setup on Thursday and then we had morning, noon, and night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That's
was, and I flew out Sunday night.
to go to Turks and Caicos.
Yes, to go to Turks and Caicos.
Oh, what a time. Do we want to talk about Fan Fusion at all?
We can. I'd love your thoughts on it because I've posted a lot about it, but it was. I'll let you go first.
Okay. Um, so let's see, where do I want to start with it? I think as a fan, going to watch any of the shows, any of the 15 or 16 shows we did over the weekend,
15. Yep.
I think it was an incredible experience for them. Just the professionalism and of the way the ring looked with the truss and the guardrails and the seating, that was all top notch. Like hard pressed to find even most indie shows that look like that. And so every fan who went in there, whether it was the couple hundred who were in there on the first one or like the 800 plus on the later ones, you're getting an excellent experience, and then the quality of wrestling is good on top of it. Now, I think that was not only just wrestling matches. Obviously, it's Fan Fusion, so we're doing like you know Yoshi's versus Pretty City Express. We're doing Spider-Man versus Darth Vader, things like that. So it's different, but everyone who went out there is very well trained and was able to put on a great and entertaining show. Like I would be surprised, very surprised, if any fan watched it and was like, "This is stupid" or "I don't like this." I think everyone had an awesome time as a fan, which is the most important thing. Um, for on the backstage side, like it was, it felt more organized. I don't know. I'm curious your thoughts because you were actually like one of the ones putting it together. But for me, it felt like there was more organization than the last 2 years. And I wasn't involved the year before that, but the last 2 years, it felt a little more. I don't know, just like a little more hectic. This year it felt hectic. Absolutely. It's impossible to do that without feeling hectic, but it just felt like I guess everyone knew what their role was and how to make it work. And like everyone had more of a pitch in, so to speak. So it just went a little more smoothly despite a lot of crap going wrong behind the scenes. Um, so yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun, man. And kudos to some kids worked like 10, 15 matches, things
if
like that.
you include ref, I wrestled 10. I
Yeah.
was a part of 13. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Noah, I know had a ton of different things to do.
Oh yeah.
Like some of the guys, Zooms did a ton of different stuff. Like, so just talk about the strain on your body, man. Like, so kudos to everyone all around. And I know again there was some stuff on like the administrative side that didn't go well, and hopefully will be resolved for next year. But all in all, it's always such a cool experience, and each year it gets better and better. And this year with the added like visual of what we produced, and I talked about it on. We had a meeting at the school on Wednesday, and we were just talking about stuff, and my thing was like when people started posting clips of us at Fan Fusion, my first reaction when I saw some of them was like, oh, what? I don't remember this from a PCWAZ show. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Fan Fusion because part of our brand at PCWAZ now is a full crowd, guardrails, and the trust. That's what you see. And so, like, now when people see the Fan Fusion, they're going to hopefully associate, oh, PCWAZ's there.
Yeah.
Because they had that, like, that's their brand, that's their marketing, that's their thing that they do. The crowd's always full, the trust is up, it looks professional, and they have the guardrails, and the fans are everywhere. I thought that was really cool to see too. So PCW is like taking a step forward in that regard, and it's like kind of building its own brand with how it comes off visually.
Yeah, absolutely. I that actually makes me happy to hear that you were like, oh, it felt cleaner, it felt more organized, even though it was more hectic. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I would argue this year was more hectic from a backstage standpoint in terms of what we had to deal with
Yes.
and what was thrown in our face. Because
Yes.
last year, there were expectations, but they weren't high expectations. And that was kind of the first year that I was like, okay, I want to make this different. Like I had just watched, or I had been to the Reckoning, that show in Vegas that I was telling you about,
Yes.
and I was like, we can do this in wrestling. And I wanted to, even the year, like last year, that was a fraction of the vision that I had for it. I had such a, like, which I still think is possible and still something I'm going to work towards creatively, is there's something there between those live shows and wrestling that we can blend. And I know there's a Broadway musical with wrestling that was very successful, and I think that's awesome. But I think there's something more that can be explored there. So that's one of my like creative ventures I'd like to do in the next couple years. And so that year we really stepped out of our box and made a story around this orb and the Slam universe and all these things, and people connected to it. So then the issue is, it exceeded all expectations, that then the people on the administrative side, who are there for a reason and they're not on the creative side, said, oh, that's awesome, here's my ideas, do them. And I'm like, well, it was awesome because they weren't your ideas.
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
trying to say that in the most humble way possible. But a big part of wrestling is like knowing what you're good at and knowing what role you play. I am not a businessman. I absolutely not. I don't want to be in business meetings. I'm a terrible negotiator. I'm not a salesman. I don't want any part of that. And I'm not going to tell you how to run a business.
Yeah.
Don't then tell us how to tell stories. And that was my biggest thing. And this year, there was a ton of micromanagement on the creative side, and walls that were put up, and boxes we were put in. So much so, and I won't get into it, because and also the whole weekend I was trying to be positive, because last year we were so ambitious, and there were a few shortcomings which in hindsight don't really impact the final product, but in that moment when you're feeling it and this is like your vision happening and it's falling apart, I like had breakdowns. It's like, what the fuck is happening? But this year I was like, that's not going to happen, because I'm creating a support system and I need to be the leader here, and they're going to have those moments. Like, I can't be lashing out because I know the people who are new to the roles of leadership here are going to be. So I need to be like, no, like, we're positive, we can do this, because then they'll feed off that energy. And I think they did.
Yep.
But that was my whole thing. That whole weekend was just be positive, because there was so much stuff going on that people like kind of knew, but not really. And they were like, oh, are we supposed to be mad right now? Nope.
Yeah.
You're good,
right.
bro. Like, just go have fun. Like, I'm pissed, but you go have fun, because that's what the crowd needs right now. And so that was a huge part of it, until that last day where we're put in this box that the whole weekend has to revolve around one thing. And then when I ask, hey, did you bring that thing? And the admin goes, no. What?
Yeah.
You put me in a box that you couldn't even deliver? Oh my, I lost it. And I remember I go, I can't be here right now. So I went for a walk, and I came back. I thought it was okay. And I expressed my frustration in a professional way. And then I sat down to like try to come up with something and work around, and I go, I can't do this. And I went behind the stage and I literally just broke down. I was just like, this is so frustrating. I had like tears of anger in my eyes. I was like, nobody can see this. And Zamaya found me, and she like, talked me off the ledge and helped me. But I just remember, so you saying like it didn't feel as chaotic as last year is awesome, because it was so frustrating at so many points. But that the goal was to make sure those people had a great time, and I think they did. And they can't have a great time if the performers aren't having a great time, because that energy just seeps in and you can feel it. So I think, first of all, everyone on the team did amazing.
Yeah.
I think there is room for improvement in terms of communication between admin or exec and us.
Yes.
And I hope to be a part of that improvement, but at the same time, that's live show business. Like, that's just how it is.
Yep.
And so my biggest thing was make sure the fans, but also the performers here, have a fulfilling weekend. Because if they leave fulfilled, mission accomplished. We can figure everything else out after. Which last year, I was like, I'm going to die on this hill. I'm going to die on this hill. And it was like, there's no hills to die on, because we're having a great time and they're having a great time. And so I think that I'm most proud of that, even though it was certainly, there were way more.
Yeah. It seemed like, having, because last year it was like pretty much you wrote everything and like or like the point of contact for most people. And this year there was a team of people who, like, some people took responsibility for like this hour and that show and this and that.
Yep.
And so what I saw was just like, number one, I think every day, once the show started, it was just like the PCW machine took over and everyone kind of like just is professional and like did what they had to do. But you're dealing with so many things, and you did a good job of communicating this to the team is, look, I've got all this. Talk to this person, talk to this person, talk to this person. Don't talk, like, I'm your last option, if at all, And so I think this helps delegating a little bit like that, then help for those like little questions of like, hey, which did this got switched around? Which order are we going now? Like, you don't need to be bothered with that stuff. And so having those delegates to be there to answer it, I think then helped everything feel much more relaxed, because I could just go up to someone and be like, hey, bro, remind me. Okay, cool. I'm good. Versus like, Dev, you got a sec? Follow you around, it just, that, I think that made a big difference.
I think so. Obviously I put together a team, and I was like, vets like you and Graves were there as well, who could help. And the team I put together, I was like, these people can handle whatever that gets thrown in front of them. And it was, I think I told you, for example, it's not that I don't want to help those things. It's that I can't. I have so many things. So I went to take a piss. I went to go to the bathroom, and I came back. One person is running off of the stage. Devin, I need you. They come running up to me while I'm talking to them. 30 seconds in, 4 people line up behind him. And I was like, oh, I wonder, like, am I in the way? I'm looking around. I go, I'm not in the way of anything. Okay, so I handle that situation. And I quickly realized, oh, they're here to ask me questions.
Yes.
And it was just like, okay, yes, okay, do that. Yes, go talk to this person. Yes, talk to Zamaya. Okay, MBW's got that. Go talk to them. And that was the first day, and it got better. And I just remember one, I forgot who it was. And even if I remembered, I wouldn't put him on blast here. But we were like about to start a show, which is the most critical time to be on point. And I'm dealing with the fire marshal thing. I'm dealing with politics on the admin level. I'm dealing with injuries we have to work around. I just wrestled 4 matches that day. Yeah. Like, I'm cooked. And this person goes, hey, I don't have the Batman mask. Dog. I don't care. Figure it out. And they're like, I don't know how to figure it out. And I go, and Michael just goes, I got it. Yep. I was like, dude, so not your Batman mask that you like. I felt like I was talking to a 3-year-old because I didn't want to yell. Yes. I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I was just, and thank God Michael was there because I was just like, I'm not helping a grown man find a Batman mask.
Right. At this moment in time, this is the last
When
thing I have
all
time
of this,
for.
like, I just had a conversation about how there is like about a conspiracy working against us and involving several other things, and I come back to I can't find a Batman mask. I'm like, dog,
Yeah.
not it,
Small
not the
potatoes.
guy. And so I think that's another thing too is it's hard for people to understand that without being in that position. And so that's why I always defer to that person's perspective.
Yeah.
If they've been in a position that I've never been in and they're saying, guys, I have to deal with this, 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 and this. I'm sorry, this part doesn't concern me. Then I go, oh wow, that's a lot. I don't know what that's like, so I'm gonna just trust them that it's a lot. But some people are like, well, it can't be that much. Like my Batman mask is missing. Like, just take 2 seconds to switch positions really quick and see what we have to deal with, and you'd go, oh, who cares about Batman himself? It
Yeah,
does not
exactly.
matter.
It's
You could
that's
be
yeah.
anyone, dude.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, that ultimately it was an amazing time. We
Yeah.
had a ton of fun.
Yeah. 3 days of like just absolute craziness, and then like the days are so long, and then all of a sudden it's Sunday and we're tearing down. It's like, whoa, what
Yeah,
just happened? That was so quick, But the days are like, because God, like your days are longer, so I'm just gonna go first, so I don't sound like an asshole. Uh, my days, like I think I would wake up at like 5:30, like make breakfast, go get a coffee, and then drive to the place to get there by 7:30 or 8, and then we get let in, and then we're leaving at what, 9, 10, 11 o'clock sometimes, depending on the day. Yeah, so um long days for me, and I know yours are even longer too. So like it's a lot of work, and you're wrestling, and you're like running around, like nothing's close by or small. Like you would probably walk a mile just to get from your car to the gorilla or to the backstage position,
but
and
yeah,
then you're just walking all day. So my dogs are barking, I'm tired, it's just a long day. But yeah, totally, totally.
yeah, yeah. My days weren't too much longer. I mean, I was there Friday, Saturday. I was there 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then um, I would get home like 11:30, maybe midnight, one of the nights, and I'd be up again. Well, I guess that too. I would get home and then write the run sheets for the next day,
Yeah.
because so I would get home. I wouldn't get to bed until 1:32, and then I'd be up at 5. So that was that was rough, but it's just a part of it. And the whole time, I was never like, I hate my life. It was just, this is awesome. This sucks right now, but
Yeah.
it's going to be worth it. Or this is, you can't have awesome without it sucks. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There's balance. You have to have both. So
Yep.
it was
Yep.
never I hate my life. It was like, okay, this is what I expected, and this is what we're gonna do. So there's work
Yep.
to do.
Exactly. And it's funny how like the wrestling, like it doesn't matter how tired you are, but then you go have a match that's like fine or even really good and really fun, and then you're like, all right, I'm back, I feel great.
But yeah,
Like that was us against the Yoshis on Sunday for me.
yeah,
And like I went home early on Saturday because I didn't have anything for the rest of the night, so I got to go home. I was home at like 5 or something. I had the evening, I got some sleep, and I woke up and I was so freaking tired on Sunday, and I was just like sleepwalking, and then go through the curtain. Matt had, I don't know, 20 minutes or so with against a couple of shitty Yoshis that were a nuisance. And then I felt like great the rest of the day. And so it's
yep,
just, it's cool how that'll just like wake you up. And so you have to, like, even though we're doing something that's so exhausting, we're still doing the thing we love most. And that's just reinvigorating like crazy.
yeah. It's weird how that works.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, and if anyone's keeping track on your like score sheet at home, Devin was on the road for a week, took 2 days, flew to Fan Fusion, didn't sleep, got like 8 hours of sleep, maybe 5, 6 hours of sleep for 3 days, and
I
then
had more matches than hours of sleep and meals combined.
it probably wasn't even close on the sleep.
Yeah, no, not,
Like,
I had double the matches of hours
yeah,
of sleep.
exactly. Exactly. So, All right, so we get done with Fan Fusion, we say goodbye, you and I walk out to leave, and then what'd you do?
Dude, so I drove. I had to because I was not risking lifting to the venue and being late, so I drove, and then I had to drive the car back to my. Luckily, I had like a midnight flight, and so I drove the car back, which I got back around 8, maybe, and I was like, okay, I have some time, so I did some laundry because I didn't want smelly gear in my bag the whole time. So I did laundry, and then I'm watching one of the matches from the weekend. I fell asleep, dude. I was so exhausted. Yeah, I fell asleep, and I woke up at like 9:30, and I had to be. I scheduled my lift for 10, so I was like, "Oh no!" And I like got up. I ran upstairs. I got all the laundry. I'm like folding and packing, and I'm eating as I'm doing it. And then the lift canceled, so I was like, "Oh no!" So I had to find another lift, and luckily the lady was super nice, and she like we had a great conversation on the way to the airport, but I made it no security lines. Like it was super easy to get through. And then I make it to the flight and it gets delayed. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's right.
I could have slept a little more. God damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was my night. And then I flew. I ended up in Dallas. That flight got delayed. And then I ended up in Thurston Caicos, which I haven't. The last time I flew international was for Lance Storms.
Okay.
And
wow.
Yeah, this is the first time I was doing like customs again and all these things. And I didn't have service because you land, there's no service.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that's different. So my mom had texted me. She goes, hey, details on where the family is right here. I won't be able to hear from you until you get to the resort. And I was like, what does that mean? And then I was in the air, so I didn't really get to talk to her. But I landed. I was like, I'm just gonna follow these details, and luckily they got me there.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah.
Yeah. So what'd you do when you were there? How was the trip?
It was great. I was not sunburned at all. I went 1-on-1 versus UV, and I won. I was so excited. Everybody was cooked to a crisp, and they looked at me, and I was as pale as I am now. They're like, how did you... I go, sunscreen, baby. I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of things. We had dinner every night with the family. That was awesome. It was actually for... This actually, like, it broke my heart when she said this, but Bernie, Grandma Bernie, who's Pete's grandma, was married to George, his dad, and his dad passed away a couple years ago. And that was the last time we had all been together as a family. It was a funeral.
Whoa.
And that's why this was such a big deal, because she was like, I want all of us to be together at least one more time where it's a good occasion.
Understood.
And that really meant something to her. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, like that makes a lot of sense. So we all went and we made it work. And then I remember we were all at dinner one night, and she was just like, I'm so happy we're all here for a good occasion. And I could just tell in that moment, and I was like, oh, don't make me cry at dinner. Like, that's messed up. But it was like, oh, like, this is beautiful. Like, this is a really, really beautiful thing. And so that was amazing. I don't like water. I don't know if we talked about that. I don't like water. And one of the things is snorkeling. And I was just, everyone's like making fun of me. And I'm laughing along, but I'm not laughing along, you know, in my head. I'm like, no, I'm terrified, guys. Like, I hate water. I love learning about the ocean. I love aquariums. I love whale watching. I'll go on a boat. I don't want to go in. I'm a land-based animal, dude. Yeah. Like, let me sit on the boat and watch these whales. That sounds awesome. Well, we got there, and I was like, I'll give it 5-10 minutes maybe. And first of all, they don't have life jackets. And they're just like, okay, if the ship goes down, the top of the ship has a flotation device that we'll just all climb on top of that, and then we'll cut the straps off and we'll just float on this raft. And I was like, great, dude, that sounds awesome. And so they pull up, and I swear to God, we pull up to where we're gonna snorkel, and the guy's like laughing and I see we're laughing at this other boat because all the people are like getting out, like scared. Right? And I look at that, and everyone else is like getting ready, and they're getting pumped to go snorkeling, and they're getting their fins on and stuff. And I'm looking over at that boat, and the what do you call him, captain is laughing, And he's like, "Oh, the big boy scared you. The big boy scared you." And I was like, "The big boy? Who's out there?" And then the captain of that boat does this,
Oh
does a
shit.
shark sign with his hand on his head and points to where we're going. And I was like, "What?" Is nobody else aware of this? And so I go, "There's no way." Like, they're laughing. Like, the captains are laughing. And I go, "Okay, they have to be ribbing us, right?"
Yeah. Yeah.
So we go, and they're like, "Go out. You have to go out the back of the boat." I was like, "All right." So I go out the back of the boat. First of all, Drew, who's my cousin, he's the cousin who watches our YouTube matches, infatuated with me, like loves
Oh yeah.
wrestling, and it was awesome. We
Yeah.
got to watch wrestling, we got to wrestle, he wore the Vanilla Gorilla mask, we got to do all the things, and so he's hanging out with me. He's a way better swimmer than I am, and he's 5. And we go out, and quickly the waves are just hitting me. I have these fins that I've never used before. I have a snorkel that keeps filling up with water because I don't know how to fucking use it. And then I keep hearing, "Yo, there's a shark! There's a shark!" And I go, "There's no way this is happening." And I look, and Pete goes, "No, look!" And I look down right below me. There's a shark 20 feet away, dude.
A shoot shark.
A shoot shark. And they're like, "Oh, this is so cool. I've never seen one this close." I go, "Get me the fuck out of here right now." And so I just look at Pete and I go, "I don't know who put me in charge of Drew, but that's a bad idea." And he's like, "I got him." I go, "All right, thank you." And so Pete takes Drew and they go swimming. I'm just trying to survive, dude. I'm trying to find out where the shark is. I see like 3 fish. I go, "Get out of my way." And so then my mom comes up and she's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I go, "I'm not having a good time." There's a shark down there. I can't breathe. I can't see over these waves. And I don't care about fish that much that I have to touch them. So she's like, "All right, well, this is how you get back on the boat." I was like, "All right, thanks, I'm out." And then I got back on the boat and I was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I can't do this."
I'm sitting. I'm here.
But
I'm on the boat.
I tried it, and immediately all 3 of my worst fears came true. And I was like, "I'm good, dog. Like, this is okay."
That's the world telling you, "Hey, bub, this isn't for you."
I'm like, "I'm a grown man. I don't gotta do this."
Yeah, we talked about that, right? Do whatever the fuck you want. You
Yeah.
tried it. You gave it the old college try. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, it was brutal. And everyone was like, "We've never seen a shark before. That's awesome." I go, "Yeah, that's great. I'm glad." My first I went snorkeling before, but it was not like an enclosed thing. It was totally fine.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
in the ocean, but enclosed part. And I've never seen a shark before either. Nor did I want to meet one. And then the captain starts like chumming. He starts like throwing little fish out to get the shark to come closer so people from the boat can see. And I'm not about this. And then he goes, "Oh," somebody asked him what kind of shark it was. He goes, "Oh, blah blah blah, this kind of shark." He goes, "I've killed 3 of them." So are we actively trying to kill another? Why are we doing this? I don't
Yeah,
want
what
to
are
be
we
a part of your rivalry with Shark Tale. You know what I mean? So,
Yes. Yes.
but it was fun.
Oh my gosh. What a month. What a month to
Oh
just I can't imagine. Incredible.
yeah, dude, I haven't been like that scared or anxious in a while because I literally thought people were messing with me, but then I go, "There's too many things right now for there to not be a shark in the water." Like the other captain putting the shark fin up, the guy laughing, the people panicking and getting out, and then everybody going, "Oh, there's a shark, Dev! There's a shark!" Like laughing, and I go, "Well, okay, now they must be." And then I remember just looking straight down and going, "I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here."
There's a like there's certain things in life where you as a human are made to feel so insignificant and like small. And I know I've told you this story, but you saying that reminded me of this is that earthquake I was a part of in Alaska, that
Oh
huge
yeah,
earthquake. Like in that moment, like when the earthquake was happening, and then immediately after, I was like, oh, I'm this tiny little ant in this massive universe of like things that I have no control over. And the ocean's another one that does that for me too. And you see that when you're just like a helpless little mammal flailing with your fancy little flippers and a
Yeah,
snorkel in like a mass that's filled with water, and there's a shark, a killing
yeah,
machine right below. You're like, well, I don't matter. I'm just food at this point. Like, what are we doing?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel it for you there. The anxiety, I'm sure, was very real.
Oh my god, it was terrible. And I just remember being, I don't. There are probably somebody watching. Oh, it was a coral or a reef shark or something. They're friendly unless this. That's fine. I'm also not gonna go into like the octagon with John Jones and be like, I hope he's in a good mood today. Like, no, I'm okay. I'd rather not put myself in that position.
Perfect comparison. Yep. Yep. So, okay, Turks and Caicos, and then flew home, been home for almost a week now.
Yep, yep, almost a week. Tomorrow, I think, will be a week.
God, what a trip. What a
Yeah,
whirlwind.
but yeah. And like I said, this week I had like an existential crisis because I had nothing to do, and it freaked me
Yeah.
out. And I did see two movies. I saw Backrooms, and then I saw Obsession again last night. That was fun. Cool little movie
Yeah.
theater out here.
Nice. And it's like a current movie theater. It's not one of those that plays like reruns or
Yeah,
something. It's like
it's an AMC. There
got it.
was a local one that I found on one of my routes to the gym, and I can't find it. I don't remember what it was called, but it said something cinemas, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cute little spot. I want to go there." And then now I
Yeah.
can't find it. I can't find it on maps. I can't. I'm looking when I go to the gym now. I can't see where it was. I'm like, I lost it. I don't know. I gotta find it.
Whoa. Yeah, that's the other thing about over there. Things just disappear. Like you see them,
Yeah,
but then you can't find them because they're not registered, or like there's a specific keyword you have to use for it to come up. And yeah, you can just things disappear out there. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. What do you have coming up this week?
This week, I'm going to Wrestling Open on Monday and Thursday. I'm not booked as of right now, but I'm going to just hang out. And then wrestling training, I have Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, I trained at Chaotic this week, which that was a blast. So I'm going back there next week. And then um, I think I have something to do next Saturday. I can't remember. But finally getting in the swing of things. And just like, hey, where are you guys going this weekend? Can I go with you? Like, just, I need to, I don't even know I messaged Ashley actually today.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Ashley Vox, super, super cool. Great worker. But I was just talking to her. I was like, who should I reach out to? What's going on? Because I know this place, this place, this place. What else? And she hit me up with a good list. So,
Sweet.
yeah, I'm excited to start. I think once I start finally doing something, or that first match is going to feel awesome. Like
Yes.
that first match out here, I'm going to go, oh, all my nerves are going to go away because that's where I'm myself. So,
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure like it's good that we were out there last summer. And so there's some familiarity with some people,
yeah,
and so that gives you a head start. So I'm sure once it won't take long to get in the swing of things, and that'll, yeah, feel great once it gets going.
yeah. I keep trying to remind myself of that. I'm like, okay, well, that was something on Wednesday. I kind of alluded to this in our group chat with Zooms and Jaden, but in my head, going into training, I was like, okay, dude, like day one, you got to start over. Like you're not a leader here. You're not the man like you were back home. Like you got to be humble. You can't have an ego, which I wasn't worried about. But then I got there, and when I wrestled Dijak, he was like, "Oh, I kind of like thought you would take lead here a little bit," and I was like, "Well, fucking course I would on a show." But I was so in my head, like, okay, I'm training Devin. I got to prove I'm a hard worker. I got to prove my fundamentals are good. I got to be a good listener because I don't want to be like an egomaniac or have them think I know better. But then I was like, dude, I'm just a wrestler. Like, I need to just go wrestle. And I just remember we were talking about the match that we had afterwards, and I didn't say this to the students or to him, or it was just internal. But I was like, damn, like I kind of let myself down there because I went in I'm always a student of the game, but I went in as a trainee, not a worker, and that kind of stuck out to me. And I go, oh, okay, that's not going to happen again. And I need just finding that balance of just because you're trying hard or you're relying on your skills that you've developed over the past 5 years doesn't mean you have an ego. It just means you have skills you've developed over the past 5 years.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I look at it as like a lateral movement in a job, right? So you're not like an entry level position anymore to where you need to be like low man on the totem pole as far as like, okay, teach me everything and I'm just going to be a sponge and shut up and listen. It's like, no, you built your way up through this like company, we'll call it, and now you're at a, let's say, a managerial position, but you move to a new company and you still have a managerial position. Like you're bringing all that skill and all that experience with you that's going to be valuable here. It's just you're at a new company, so it's going to take some time to figure it out. But that's just to like explain the distinction between trainee and worker. You're still a worker. It's just, yeah, it's going to be a different dynamic than it is in Arizona. So good recognition there. That's, yeah, pretty insightful there.
that's a good way of thinking about it. I just remember that was another thing too. I was so disappointed in myself, but that's something I'm working on. Is just like, okay, that happened. Like, wait. So I kind of sat there for a little bit after training, and I just decompressed, and I sat there in one of the chairs, and then I went, well, next week, like on to the next one. You can't be mad about that anymore. So, yeah, I think it was a very good session for sure. And the chaotic people are awesome. Just they're a lovely bunch to be around.
Yeah, cool training center too. I remember liking that one a lot.
Yeah.
What do we do now? We head into the segment?
Yeah. We can do that. Do yours first?
Oh yeah, we're doing both. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Well, let's introduce the new. I think instead of flip flopping, we're gonna do a class center and a Reno House of Horrors every week. I think that'll just bring more substance to the podcast, and I think people like both. So why not?
Yeah, for sure. So we decided this today, and so I don't have. We'll see what comes up. There's definitely some sports things that are happening that are exciting in the class center, but so we'll talk about some stuff and see what comes up. All right, welcome to the class center. You got the
Da 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 da. Yeah.
so good. So yeah, lots happened since we've met. It's been like a month. So let's see. I think first and foremost, big news is the Knicks won the NBA championship. Thank you, Danhausen.
Thank you, Danhausen.
Right. So did you follow anything that's going on with the Knicks? It was a pretty what do I want to say? A pretty interesting series for a lot of different reasons. So did you follow anything that was going on with it?
I did, and the Knicks have taken over my algorithm. I think because of Danhausen. Now, and the Wednesday training group chat from AZ, they're all about basketball, so I think that helped. Oh, can I just quick side note? So you left that group chat, right?
Long time ago.
Okay. Oh, when they were talking about basketball.
Yes.
They just went down that wormhole of LeBron and
Yes.
Jordan, and it just ruined. It was like 100 messages.
Yes.
It's like, guys, this is supposed to be for wrestling. But anyways,
Yeah.
after the Knicks one, I follow the WNBA on Instagram because I like keeping up with it, and I started sending WNBA news
Nice.
because I know they don't care, but I want them to admit that they don't care, and I want them to admit how sexist they are.
I love this hustle.
Oh yeah, because I was just like, I just saw something the other day, and it was like, oh, this team qualified or they won the Western Conference, and I was like, you need to know about this? The Wednesday Night Crew. So I said it right over.
That's amazing.
By the way, 2 likes, no replies.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep sliding them in until they finally either kick me out or somebody admits that they don't care.
Yeah.
I thought we were basketball people here. I start sharing my teams, and you guys are. Oh, we don't want to hear from Devin. All right.
Yep. This is amazing. All right. So as part of the class center, we're going to get a WNBA Wednesday night group chat training update on how this little project is going.
And in doing this, it kind of, the WNBA has taken over my algorithm. So I know about Olivia Miles. She's having a crazy rookie year right now. I don't know if you know who that is. She's dope. She's super cool. She's kicking ass. And then Caitlin Clark hit a game-winning 3 this week. I don't know if you
Yep.
saw that, but that was awesome.
Yep.
Um,
Sophie
so
Cunningham's been on a heater lately too. She had like 16 points at I think the end of the game recently, and then
yeah,
she's been hitting shots. She's been going nuts lately, which is fun to watch.
and she had the assist to Caitlin from an out-of-bounds pass. It was crazy.
Oh, catch and shoot sort of deal.
Yeah, it was sick.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna add that in for sure because that's great. I love a little bit like that. Okay. So the Knicks, lot of things happening here. So with the Knicks, they haven't won a championship since 1973, and it's been like Phil Jackson was on that team, so it's been forever
Oh, I didn't know
as a
that.
player.
Wow.
Yeah. He was there as a player, and then obviously went on to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest, coach of all time. And then let's see. I know they made it in 1999. They made it to the finals because Jordan had just retired again, and so they got past. And then they lost to the Spurs, who they played this year. So some
Yep.
fun history there. Um, but like part of the allure of the Knicks is like New York City, shiny lights, Madison Square Garden, and then you have all the celebrities that are going to the game. It's only Madison Square Garden and then the Staples Center, which I think is called something else now in LA. But they'll have
It's
celebrities
crypto.
too.
Yeah.
Crypto, yeah, yeah, yeah. So you'll appreciate this, and maybe I'm sure you've seen some of the videos, but your guy Timothy Chalamet was courtside every single game,
Yeah.
having a blast, like mega Knicks fan. And then you got like Ben Stiller and his wife. You got Spike Lee. You got the Kardashian that Timothy's dating, Tracy Morgan, Seinfeld was there, uh, Larry David, like all these people are there, and so it's kind of fun to see them. And one little thing I've appreciated is, as a big Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, the memes and the new videos like related to the Knicks and Seinfeld. They're doing like all these new little bits about like Jerry and George at game 5. George leaves early to beat traffic. Knicks come back and win. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like there's a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where Larry sat courtside at the Lakers. He's like relaxing because he's uncomfortable. So he sticks his feet out a little bit. Shaq trips over him and breaks his ankle, and like he causes the end of the Lakers season. Like, so there's just little like updated videos that people are doing that have been super fun with that. But the finals was wild in the sense of we saw something we've never really seen before. Is every game the Knicks won, they were down by a significant portion late in the game, especially I think it was game 3 or 4. They were down 29 points
Yeah,
like
I
in the
think it was
third
3.
quarter.
Yeah. It was the
Yeah,
greatest comeback in finals history, right?
in finals history. Yeah, just
Crazy.
incredible. And so like you just got to see that, and you got to see this trio of guys, and I'm going to miss one of their names. There's Jalen Brunson, there's Josh Hart, and then there's one more who all
Mitchell?
won. I think so, but point is, all 3 of them went to Villanova.
Yeah.
3 of them together won 1 national championship, and then 2 of them won 2. So, like, for them 3 to do that and then come to the Knicks and win the finals, very, very cool, very fun. And New York has been like on fire since then, like since the finals happened. And I think up until the parade, it seemed wild. So it's just a fun story to watch. And the Spurs, they've had a great like dynasty or not a dynasty, I don't want to say, but they've had a lot of success since the 90s. They won multiple championships and things like that. So it was kind of the old, very popular Knicks that haven't done much, and everyone's pretty disillusioned by them versus the like juggernaut the Spurs. And fun to see the Knicks overcome that, finally get their ring, and do it in the way they did it, which was like a complete fighting from underneath underdog fashion. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't follow basketball. I did follow this.
Yeah.
I'm also a Boston guy. So naturally I've hated the Knicks. But just with everything going on, I was like, yeah, I hope they win.
Yeah.
Like, this is cool.
Yeah.
And the Danhausen thing, especially, hilarious.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
it's so good. Did you see? Did you follow exactly when his curse started?
Just because you were updating me on it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're not getting political with this at all.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
since he uncursed the Knicks, they did a 12-game win streak through the playoffs. Trump showed up to their game. They lost.
That's the one they lost. Yep.
They go back and they just win again. They win them all.
Yep. Yeah, the timeline is very funny. Yeah,
And
it's
like,
perfect.
it's like, how can you not laugh at that? And also, he was on. Stephen A. Smith brought Danhausen back on. Did you
Yep.
see that?
Yep.
And they mentioned the Trump thing, and Danhausen's like, He's like, you said it, dog, not me. Oh my god, it was
So incredible.
Like, of course, Danhausen of all people, like, what? To catch lightning in a bottle, of course it'd be him, and I'm glad it's him. He seems like an awesome dude.
Yeah, it just like you couldn't do this again and have it be this perfect. Like this was,
No,
to your point, this was lightning in a bottle to the max. Like it's I just that's like one of the main reasons I was rooting for the Knicks. Not the only reason, but I was like, I want this like story to revolve it or to like finish itself in the way that it should, given this storyline. That would be the most perfect, greatest thing of all time.
can you imagine if the Spurs just won? How boring would that be? Like, that'd be so stupid.
So stupid.
Terrible writing.
Yeah, yeah. Come on,
Spurs
NBA.
win.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been the big news lately. The Red Sox are terrible. They're like the worst team in the American League. It's awful.
Aw.
They're about to have a fire sale here pretty soon, I think, getting
Does
rid of
that
players.
sorry? Does that mean that tickets are cheap?
Probably not, because it's the Red Sox are one of the storied organizations, and the owners are historically pretty cheap. Hence why the team hasn't been great for a while, because they don't want to spend money on the like big names like they used to. So there's a lot of grumblings about that from the fans on. All right, the team's not good. The hat team hasn't been good, and yet seats are still like in the top echelon of price. Food
Oh,
is still in the top echelon of price. Beers are still, stuff like that. So, but still, I mean, I know you've been there before, so it's not like you need to check that off your list. But I always enjoy going to a baseball game. It's a nice, relaxing time usually.
that's fair.
Yeah,
And going to Fenway as an adult would be cool. I feel like.
yeah. You haven't been as an adult, right? Not
Mm-mm,
since
no,
you were a
as a
kid.
kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be fun. This is kind of cool. So World Cup's going on right now, right? Soccer. Yep. Okay. Uh, America's hosting it. And so I think it was last Sunday, there was a Scotland versus someone soccer game in Boston in the morning, and then a Red Sox Rangers game at night.
Oh my
So
god.
after the game, there's like this insane amount of Scottish people wearing their kilts, playing their bagpipes all over the city, all around Fenway Park. And then there was like thousands of them that bought tickets to the game, and they just hijacked the game and turned it into a soccer crowd.
That's
Like
cool.
it was awesome to watch. Like they were chanting all the soccer chants, they were singing songs like Sweet Caroline. They played some songs by the Killers, like they played Country Roads, Take Me Home. Like, and they were just, you'd come back from commercial, and they're like the whole crowd's just like, Take me home, Country Road. And like,
That's cool.
dude, awesome. It was such a fun way to watch the baseball game. And the announcers, to their credit, like were talking, they're like, this is great. Like these guys are awesome. They're trying
Yeah.
to inject life, and like something as little as like the Red Sox catching a pop fly, they would pop. Like the whole crowd would
Nice.
pop. It was so fun. Yeah. So World Cup's going on right now too, which I don't follow very closely. I know the U.S. is 2-0. We just beat Australia yesterday, which was a pretty big move, and a lot of people are have high hopes for the U.S. because U.S. typically isn't a great soccer country comparatively to a lot of
Not
them.
for the men.
Not for the men. The women go to
Women kill it.
women are the best. Yeah, women always do really well, but the men historically have not done much at all. So people are pretty hopeful this year about them.
That the last thing I saw at the World Cup was they were in the lead of the D block or whatever. I forgot what it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, I think they're because them in Australia were 1-0, and then now they beat Australia, so I think they're 2-0. I don't know if anyone else in the D block is 2-0. Yeah, good stuff. As far as that goes, I think those are the class center updates I've got.
I
So let's
was really into soccer when I played it. So the last World Cup I was like really into, I think it was 2010,
Okay,
because it's every 4 years, right?
correct.
Yeah. So I think it was 2010, because 2014 I would have been in high school and just wrestling. So 2010 is the last time that I like really followed it.
Yeah. How long did you play soccer for?
Oh, from like 3 to 13 years old. I played for,
Whoa.
yeah, a long time.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah. I I just got I wasn't a soccer build. I was like stocky, and I played other sports. So the kids that played soccer, that became their skill, and they were so much like beyond skilled than me, or way more skilled than me. So I was just like, oh, I'm not good at this anymore. Like being fast and not giving up isn't enough anymore. So I think
Right.
I'll focus my efforts somewhere else.
Right. Especially like what I ran into with soccer that I struggled with. I played for a couple years when I was little, and I was always like bigger than most people for most of my life and growing up. And so I enjoy physical sports. I enjoy like getting my hands on people and, being physical. And in basketball, football, and wrestling, you can do that. In soccer, you get in trouble if you lay
Right.
too much contact to people. And so that's something I always struggled with because it was always just like a natural inclination to stick this forearm and someone, and like put my head down and
Yeah.
shoulder down. And so I think soccer and football were in the same season. So I had to choose, and I chose football because I like being more physical with it. But like our high school, I think they won 2 or 3 state championships for the men. The girls were always very competitive too, but I know the men were just like awesome. Like we had an insane soccer team on our high school. So it was always fun going to
Oh,
watch
that's
them and
cool.
just, yeah, they were like same thing. So good, so skilled. So yeah, it's fun to watch, but never really aligned with what I liked for competing and stuff. So lots, dude, the gas tank of soccer players. Oh my
Unreal.
gosh. They
Yeah.
just don't, they run for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. They just run around and sprint and jog and sprint and jog. It's crazy.
Yeah. They have crazy cardiovascular abilities. And I saw someone bringing that up. They're like, "Oh, what's up with all these soccer players dying?" Or because there's a lot of cardiovascular events, and they're like, "You're constantly testing that system." Like, and I used to think that too. I would be like, "Oh, what's going on? Like, how are these guys falling over when they're the most in shape?" And then you think about it. No, that like yes, it's in shape, and they're taxing that system repeatedly more than any other human on earth probably, so there's going to be problems, and it was laid out to me like that. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more
That's
sense.
fair. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because one guy, he actually just recently he went into cardiac arrest, I think, and this was his second time that's happened, and everyone was like, how would you let him play again, blah blah blah. And I was going into the comments. I was like, oh, this is interesting. And people actually laid out what happened. He had that event years prior,
Yeah.
the first one. They cleared him, and he's been playing for years with no problems. And so I was like, well, I mean, he knew the risk, and also he got a couple years out, and then it happened again. It's like, yes, that sucks, but he's not dumb for doing it. And the doctors aren't dumb for clearing him either. Because obviously, if he passed all the tests and he was willing to play for years, you're just taxing that system at a rate that nobody else taxes the cardiovascular system. So the problems are going to happen, you know?
Yeah. And like just taking into consideration the mentality of an elite and or professional level athlete.
100%.
I think most people who reach that 99.9% of people who reach the elite or professional level, they absolutely love it. And if there's a risk of getting hurt, they know that they're okay with it. If there's a risk of another cardiovascular event happening, if they're out there, they're aware of it and they're okay with that risk. And we've talked about this with wrestling, man. Just
Yeah.
getting in the ring, there's a risk of serious injury. There's a risk of minor injury. There's a risk of dying. And like it's sounds morbid to someone who doesn't have that, but we're okay with that risk. And we take that risk every time we get in. And you can't just say like you're stupid for doing that because you don't know
Right.
my value system and you don't know what's important to me and what I've worked towards and how bad I want this. That's you're putting your values onto these people. And as long as they know that like what the risks are and they make that decision, great. More power to you. I support it.
Yeah. even if it is unfortunate. And that's something we talked about earlier, like with the fan fusion thing. I'm going to trust your perspective. You're the soccer player who went through a traumatic cardiovascular event and then got cleared. If you want to do this, okay. Like, who am I to sit here behind a keyboard and go, "What an idiot," blah blah blah? It's like, dude, come on. Like, do we need more negativity like that in the world? When you could just go, "Man, that's really sad. I hope you're okay."
Yeah,
It's way
right.
easier to say that than, well, this is what happens. It's like, nobody knew that was going to happen. You can't predict that. You can go, sure, you have a higher chance, but what if you just kept playing? You wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be saying, what an idiot. This is how life happens sometimes. So, like, maybe just trust their perspective. I don't know.
Yep. There's a like this example came up in our family recently. So my mom bought her first horse when she was like 12 years old. And she's like always been a horse person and always had horses. And like this was probably 4 or 5 years ago. She was riding in the land behind her house and got bucked off and like landed on her feet and her femur shattered.
Mm.
And she was like she of course she didn't have her phone and she ended up having to lay like she tried to stand up. She couldn't. She laid in the woods by herself for like 4 hours until someone came walking by and then she like called to
Oh
her
my
and they
God.
got stuff figured out. But like she's been kicked before. She's like fallen out. She's been hurt many times and had many dicey situations. And like the family will talk about it. We're like, man, it'd be nice if she just like didn't deal with the horses anymore. Time, money, danger, etc. But it's like you can't take that away from her. That's like her most prized thing that she does, the thing she loves the most. If you take that away from her, she's not going to be okay. And so like she's aware of the risks and she's okay with it, and we have to be too. And this
Right.
is that's kind of how it goes. And I think it's weird for people to accept that and understand that who don't have that thing. But again, it's something that people need to learn to kind of accept. Those keyboard warriors need to like get some perspective on that, you know.
Yeah. Like, who is she without horses? You probably have no idea because it's
No.
hard to fathom.
Yeah.
It's like us without wrestling. I have no idea what kind of person I would be without wrestling,
Yeah.
and and that's
100%.
why I feel bad for people who don't have that thing like you're talking about. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, like really, you have nothing you care about that much. Like there's nothing in your life that you're like, this. I don't care the consequences. I need this. It's like, what do you do then? I like it's hard for me to comprehend because I don't know what you do. Like
Yeah.
they're and I also don't like I've had people try to make me feel better. They're like, well, it's better than like people just go to work and they go home and watch TV, like that's all they do, or they go out and drink and whatever. It's like, yeah, that's not my lifestyle, but also, if that's their time on this earth, if that's how they want to spend it, who am I to be like, yeah, I'm better than you because I have this thing? It's I my default is to feel bad, but it's just okay if they're happy, like who am I might feel bad, but that's from my perspective because I have wrestling. So
Yep.
just
Exactly. That thing, like, yeah, with people like that, no issues. I don't understand it in the sense of I think I would be completely lost doing that sort of lifestyle where I just like go to work, come home, watch TV, or go to work, go to happy hour a couple nights a week. So I
yeah,
don't get it from that perspective, but I do get it from the dude, it's your life. Do whatever the fuck you if you're not hurting yourself or someone else, do whatever you want to. I don't care. I support you in, in those decisions. Uh So with that, we took a little bit of a detour as we're prone to, which is great. Let's go to the let's go to the Reno's House of Horrors.
okay. Real quick, can I run to the restroom?
Jeez, yeah, do your
All right,
thing.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna add
Okay.
this marker so I can mark and I can edit it. Look
Oh,
at that.
nice. Okay,
Moving up in the studio world.
guys, we're killing it.
Okay. I drank a half gallon of water between that last podcast and this one. I was like, all right,
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
not the best idea.
Sorry.
Okay. So, House of Horrors.
Yep. Let's hit it.
Wait, I already got into it a little bit. I love this movie so much, I'm going to try to keep it brief. First
This
of all,
Obsession, right?
Obsession.
Yep.
First of all, Passenger, don't waste your frickin' money, dude. They didn't. Here's my biggest thing. They set rules of what the demon was, and then broke the rules. They were like, this is where they lost me. I was already like, this movie kind of sucks, but I'm willing to play it out, see where it goes. And the biggest rule is don't drive at night and don't take back roads. So they're driving.
Okay. Sorry, you were gonna. Yeah.
Sorry, I should preface it. Essentially, this demon is like, he's the demon of the road or whatever, of travelers, and so there are several like car accidents that happen mysteriously, and he leaves it. It's him, like he's killing all these people, and the trailer is awesome. The trailer is a 90-second scene where two guys are on a road trip. One of them has, hey, I gotta take a piss, so he lets him out, and the guy's like, hurry up. He comes back. His friend who is driving is gone, and the doors are all open, the lights, the sirens going off, and he's like, okay. And then he sees the demon, and he gets freaked out. He drives, and he just takes off, and his friend's dead. He sees his friend dead, and then he drives, and the demon keeps popping up like each mile marker, like just standing there. And he just drives, and it pops up again. It pops up again. And then finally it pops up in the passenger seat and, like, attacks him. So cool. I was like, I'm in, dude. Whatever this is, I'm in. That was the first 90 seconds of the movie.
Oh.
I was like, okay. All right. Some exposition. That's cool. Now we'll see a story. And then it was this couple, and they were getting married, but he wants to live the van life. She's not sure. So then they start going to these van communities, and like the community knows about the demon, but not really. And there were a couple cool scenes from like, this could have been something. But at the end of the movie, they're driving down, and they're like, okay, it's during the day, so they're driving to this church where Saint Christopher was. Oh, I forgot about that part. So Saint Christopher protects travelers, right?
Yeah.
He has this medallion of Saint Christopher on the rear view, where at one point the demon's just haunting her. So she's in the gym, or she's in the parking lot at the gym while he's finishing up his workout, and the demon's like attacking her, and it touches the medallion and it burns him, and he runs away. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
They never use the medallion again. I'm like, hey, dumbass, you just figured out what hurt it. How are you just going to go, I don't know what to do now? What? So I can't get behind a movie where the protagonist is a fucking idiot. And as much, it's like with the hot tag. If you have a hope spot in a tag match, and the tag could have happened, and the babyface doesn't make the tag, they are no longer sympathetic, they're just stupid.
Yes.
That's what this was. You showed a hope spot, and then she just goes, I don't know what happened. What? Yes, you do. I just watched you use that medallion to hurt him. And then the rest of the movie, they're just terrorized by this thing, and the medallion just hanging from the rearview mirror. So every other, I'm just like, just grab the medallion. Just grab the medallion. Just grab it. It's right. And so I'm losing my mind every interaction. Then where it really lost me is they're driving during the day, and the guy's like, oh, I'm so tired. And he literally just like does a long blink and wakes up. It's nighttime. So now the demon can control time. And he's like, what happened? How did this happen? And she goes, I don't know. It just turned night. Oh my God, what happened? Oh my. No, the demon can't control time. If that was possible, he would have murdered everybody already. So for this one instance, he just made it nighttime. I was just, this is the stupidest movie I've ever seen in my life. And of course, it ends where they get to the church and there's this showdown, and she does a cheesy line and kills him. And I'm like, dog, this. We've talked about how horror is in like a renaissance.
Yeah.
This type of movie is what made horror, what gave it a bad name. This belongs in the early 2000s where nobody took horror seriously, and it was just something you would take your high school girlfriend to have fun. Like, that's no longer what horror is. Horror is now Academy Award winning with Sinners. You cannot have this anymore and have it be taken seriously. I'm sorry. So, yeah, that's what it felt like. I was just like, "Are you?" Oh, dude, I was insulted.
Yeah.
But yeah, on to Obsession, which
Let's go.
hope wins everything.
Let's go.
So, I understand that some people don't like this movie. I think it's extraordinarily intense. I loved every second of it because I felt like I was uncomfortable the whole time in like a, okay, what's going to happen kind of way. And here's another thing I'm mad about. So many people are talking about how, oh yeah, this is what crazy girls do, or oh, this movie's about a crazy girl, or oh, stay away from crazy. Look, not to be a white knight or anything, his manipulation is what made her a demon. Like because Bear, the main character, was a coward, could not admit his feelings to her, and decided to do this weird witchery stuff, she ended up in this position. And it's his fault. And he took away her autonomy, and he took away everything that made her her, just because he was too much of a coward to just be a person and take a risk and say his feelings, right?
Okay. Yep. Believe, like, checks on all boxes right there.
Yeah. And so people are like, oh, they're not, you can tell some people aren't used to the main character being a bad guy. Like, Bear is not a good person. And I don't think. And then, yes, there are certain things that I feel sympathetic for him because I'm like, dude, that's just, what a horrible situation. And this is your fault. Yes. You did this. Yes. And so, and I love it because we'll get to it, but there's a brutal scene at the end where she just murders one of their friends. Like, it's one of the most uncomfortable murders I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
And she goes, baby, it's okay. Just remember, like, this is your fault. Like, she's like holding him. She goes, but you kind of have to be okay with it because it's your fault.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, it is, dude. Like, you're a terrible person. I'm glad this is being said.
Yeah.
And so, here's I'll do a general run through. Group of 4 friends, right? Oh man, I gotta remember their names. Bear and Nikki are the 2. Sarah and who's the guy? Obsession cast. Sarah is the other girl. Nikki, Sarah, and Ian. Okay, so Ian is like the funny guy, whatever, class clown. Then Bear is the protagonist, the main character, and protagonist I think means good guy. He's just main character. Nikki is the girl who I think they did a great job, like showing how awesome she was, like just as a person. Like they show how fun she is. The actress is phenomenal, by the way. I hope she wins an award for this because the layers of the performance is insane. But immediately I'm like, oh, she is like a charisma about her that everyone loves her. And so they're talking and blah blah blah. Bear decides he's going to admit his feelings to her, and Ian is trying to help him out. Ian goes, you can't do it at trivia night because that's our thing. Like, that's my one thing that I have with all 4 of us. Don't ruin it. Don't make it weird. Just wait. You have nothing but time, right? Well, then he gets home from talking with Ian, and his cat's dead because he left a prescription bottle of pills out, and the cat ate it and died.
Oh,
so
shit.
He cleans up, and then he gets a call from Nikki, And she's like, hey, you going to karaoke? What time? And he's like, oh, no, I'm not going to make it tonight. Something came up. And she goes, oh, well, I'll just tell you this now. I put in my 2 weeks at work. So we don't have that much time left to see each other all the time. So I really think you should come. So that was something I didn't catch the first time, where it was, oh, Ian says we have nothing but time. She goes, we don't have that much time left. And he goes, oh, I'm going to ask her out tonight.
Yeah.
So then he goes. They have this funny, like, trivia, like, conversation at the table where Bear and Ian are doing, like, the mouthing to each other, like, hey, like, take Sarah away so I can talk to Nikki. And Ian's like, fuck no, I told you not tonight. That's not happening. So Ian sabotages it, whatever. Well, then at the end, Bear decides he's going to take Nikki home because she doesn't want to do karaoke. So they go. He gets to her house, bro. And she's like talking. She keeps saying like weird things. Like she found out that Sarah's into him. So she's testing the waters there. And Bear's like, I'm about to confess my feelings. But she's asking about this other girl. Like this is weird in our friend group. And there was a couple things where I'm like, yeah, this would be a really awkward time to tell her how you feel.
Yeah.
And Ian said, you have nothing but time, so don't do it tonight. But Bear, because he's so selfish, was like, no, I have to do it. And so they get to the house, and she, like, they have this weird goodbye, and she says, oh, if I have a crush on a boy, nobody knows. And he was like, okay. So then she leaves. And he goes, oh, wait, I got to ask you something. She goes, okay, what's up? He's like, oh, I forgot. It's one of those things. Then he calls her a name that she doesn't like, Freaky Nikki. And she goes, why would you call me that? You know I hate it. And he's like trying to playfully flirt like Ian told him. But it's just so awkward, it doesn't work. She goes, Bear, do you like me? And he goes, as a friend. And she goes, if you have feelings for me, now is your time to say it. And he doesn't. He doesn't say it. She just walks away. And he goes, why did I do that? Why did I do that? So then he takes out the One Wish Willow. And he says, I wish Nikki Friedman loved me more than anyone in the world. And he breaks it. Dude, immediately, he's like sitting there. And then the camera, like, it cuts to where you can see the car. And she's standing on the patio. But the use of shadows in this movie is amazing because it's just her silhouette now. It's not her. Yeah. And so you're like, well, that's weird. And he even goes, what the fuck? And she comes back. She goes, hey, do you want to come in for like a couple of drinks? And he's like kind of looking around, and he's like, I have to go home. I think it's okay. She goes, no, like come in for a couple of drinks. And then she just goes, wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? And she starts yelling, what the fuck? And he goes, what is happening? She goes, oh, sorry. No, I do you want to come in? And he's like, you're being a fucking weirdo. And she starts laughing and whatever. But this actress is so good. Like, she's so charismatic that even, like, as a viewer, you're like, oh. Like, any situation he's in, you're like, I would fall for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So then whatever. So then she's like, well, I just can't be in there because my dad's dying. And he's like, well, that's heavy. I'm sorry. And she starts crying. And she goes, can we just go somewhere else, like to your place? He takes her to his place. They get there. He puts her up in the bed or whatever. And she's like, okay, are you going to sleep with me? And he's like, I can't. Like, it's okay. I don't have to. She goes, no, I want you to. It would help. So then that leads to her kissing him. And he's like, wait, are you, like, sure? And she's like, yeah, of course. And so she kisses him. Then she freaks out again and goes, what the fuck is happening? And she's goes, what the fuck? And, like, falls out of the bed. And then she gets up and goes, I'm sorry, I don't know why I did that. And he's like, no, we're not fucking doing this. This isn't happening. That freaked me out. You made me think like you didn't want it. He's like, no, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. She talks him down again. He sleeps on the floor, okay? Next morning, they wake up. His cat, bro, he gets up. He sees that her purse is still there. So then he goes to the kitchen. His cat has a memorial. Like, she brought the cat from the garbage, laid it out on this blanket with flowers and candles. And she's like, he goes, Nikki, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, you don't like it? He's like, no, this is weird. Like, what are you doing? She goes, I was just trying to memorialize him. Like, I was just trying to make you feel better. And he's like, this is fucked up, man. And then they go to work. So then Ian takes her home, okay? And Ian is like, calls her later that night. He's like, hey, man, like, I really don't think you should, like, she's going through something, it seems like. I really don't know. And while they're at work, Ian is like, maybe she was on Molly, because she used to do Molly. And Bear's like, oh, that must have been it. Like, yeah, that was really weird. So then they just assume that she's on Molly. So he goes home. Nikki goes with Ian, and Ian calls him that night, is explaining everything. Like, yeah, I just think, I don't. He's like, I don't know why she cares about her dad now. She hated him, and he's in Seattle. Like, we haven't heard about him or anything. And Bear's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it was the Molly. Well, then Nikki's in the window, and she knocks, and he opens it, and she's just like, Bear, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so embarrassed. I was so fucked up, and I was wasted, and I was on MDMA, and I know I shouldn't be doing that anymore, blah, blah, blah. And again, she has like this shadow over her, and her eyes are like glistening, and he's like, okay, no problem, He goes, and she asks him again, do you have feelings for me? And he was like, no. And she goes, well, like, how would you feel if I did? And so she basically says, I have feelings for you. And he goes, finally, then yes, I feel the same. Then they're a happy couple, blah, blah, blah. Montage, all the shit, right? She's automatically obsessed with him. And everyone's like, dude, you, like, it's the normal people are saying, like, the objects are kind of weird, man. Like, her dad's dying, who apparently she cares about now. I don't know, and it doesn't look like you're taking advantage of her, but it kind of does. Like, all this stuff, right? And he's like, I don't understand why you can't just be happy for me. All that things happen. She's increasingly getting weirder, where, for like, he wakes up, she's standing in the corner watching him sleep, and she's just like doing weird shit. Okay, I'll skip all that because it's phenomenal. Everything that is shot is so well done. Like, every time they have an interaction, you're like freaking out on what's going to happen next. But every explanation she has and every interaction they have afterwards, you're like, yeah, this is a toxic relationship. like I remember specifically, like, yeah, all right, that some of us have been there. Like, that's why we stay. And that's why it becomes a cycle, because this stuff happens. And so there's one where they're at dinner, and Ian calls him. He hangs up. Ian calls him again, and he's like, hey, I'm just going to take this. And she's like kind of pissy about it. And Ian says, dude, I did some digging. Her dad's fine. Like, the hospital has no idea who he is. He's been to work every day. No concerns. Her dad's fine. And so then he goes, and he's like, Nikki, is your dad really in the hospital? And she just starts going, no, 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 and starts yelling in the middle of the restaurant. And it's like, we were having a nice time. Why'd you have to ruin it? And he goes, oh, yeah, I'm okay. We don't have to talk about it. Like, come on, just sit down. Like, sit down, please, sit down. And, like, talks her down. And again, she hooks him. And so he just kind of, she's like, we don't have to talk about that. We're having a good time. And he's like, okay, you're right. I won't bring it up. Like, sorry. And they just move on. She's like, it doesn't even matter. She's like, okay, you're right. It doesn't matter. So then, after that, they're at a party. And this is one of the most cringeworthy scenes I've ever seen, bro. They're doing a party game, right? First of all, it was a boys' night. Not allowed. Like, Ian was like, he said it was a boys' night, but it wasn't. And he goes, dude, like, just tell her it's a boys' night, because if this is a healthy relationship, you should be able to have a night apart.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's fine, I'll do that. And he's like, so go tell her it's a boys' night. And he goes, I won't invite Sarah. Well, then he goes to tell Nikki, and I won't spoil this part. It's just gross, bro. He comes back to I'll say it. He comes back to Nikki. She's standing in the same place he left her for work that day, except, like, vomit and all of the excrement around her, because she didn't move.
Whoa.
She just went right there.
Yeah.
And she's like pale and sweaty, and she goes, I think I have a stomach bug. I'm so sorry. Like, I missed you. I didn't know what to do. And he was standing there the whole time, the whole 8 hours he was at work. So he's like, hey, let's just get you in the shower. Gets him in the shower, and he's like being Bear. He's being a coward. He goes, well, Ian's having a boys' night. Oh yeah, I can't believe I fucking forgot that. Bro, she cooked his cat and made a sandwich for him. Yes, he was at work and he's eating the lunch that she made. And Sarah reads the note and says like, oh. She goes, for my little food critic? Like, really? You guys are doing these types of things now? He's like, oh, leave me alone. It's an inside joke. And then she turns around and goes, what's the verdict on cat? Like, what does that mean? And he looks down and you see the cooked cat in the sandwich. So he goes back and he's like, he gets her in the shower and he goes, why'd you cook the cat? He's like, you can't do that. And she just goes, okay, from the shower. And he's like, okay, like you won't do that anymore? Like we said no more weird stuff. She goes, okay. And she just keeps showering. And then he goes, Ian's having a boys' night, and the shower turns off.
Oh, shit. All right.
And yeah, it's one of those. And he's like, so I think I'm just going to go. She goes, oh, do you want me to go with you? And he's like, well, I want you, but it's a boys' night. It's just a boys' night, so no girls. And she's like, well, Sarah said she was going. So, and he's like, well, okay, well, if Sarah said she'd go, then yeah, you can go. And she starts screaming. She's like, you didn't want me to go. Don't lie to me. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, I want you to go. I didn't know. I thought it was a boys' night. I didn't know Sarah was going. So then it cuts to him there. And Ian's like, bro, what the fuck? And he's like, of course, he goes, well, it's technically your fault because you invited Sarah. I didn't tell her Sarah was here. So now we're here. Whatever. Awkward as fuck party game happens. And then one of the instructions in the party game is kiss the person to your left. And Bear has it, and Sarah's to his left. Nikki knows that Sarah's into him. And so the camera pans and Nikki just is frowning, dude. Like her facial expressions are unreal. Like she just has this most animated frown ever. She gets up, walks around, grabs the chair, and just pulls her slowly back. And then moves into position and then just gets down to kiss him. And everyone's like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
And before that, she had to read an excerpt from her book as one of the dares. And it's a Hansel and Gretel thing where, like, Hansel or Gretel, one of them, fillets the other one's arm. And then, like, they have sex. Like, it was so dark and just fucked up that the whole party's, like, ruined. Because she went on this monologue. And then this happens. And so then she kisses him. And she goes, guys, I'm joking. It's a joke. And then she goes, fine, I wasn't joking. Fucking deal with it. And when she says that, she goes, wait, what the fuck? She starts freaking out, and she grabs a glass and stabs herself in the face repeatedly, and then stops, and the blood's just leaking, bro. And she's like, I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. And and Bear no-sells it. He's just staring. He's just so numb to it at this point. And Ian's like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck out. Go get her to the hospital, you asshole. What is this? So he's just like, why did you do that? The hospital won't take her because she doesn't want to go. They end up back at the house. He goes to sleep. She's sleeping with him. He wakes up. Sarah's texting him, hey, I have to talk to you. Come meet me at the park. He's like, no, I can't leave because she's going to wake up. Just text me. And she goes, no, either you come to the park or I'm coming to you. So he, like, sneaks out of bed. This is the most tense moment of the movie, bro. One of them.
Oh, yeah.
Sneaks out of the bed. He starts walking away. And then you hear her go, Bear. And he gets freaked out. And he goes, I'm just getting water. And she goes, no, Bear, kill me. And he's like, what? She goes, kill me. She's sleeping right now. Please just kill me. Kill me. I can't do this anymore. And it cuts, and she's not moving. She's
Yeah.
sleeping, but the voice is coming from her body.
Yeah.
And he's like, he looks at her, and this motherfucker, bro, he goes, "What's so bad about being with me?"
Oh.
And Nikki goes, "Bear, I was never with you. Please kill me, please." And he just leaves. And she's begging as he's leaving.
Yeah.
He just walks out, goes to the park. Sarah's talking to him. Sarah makes a reference. She goes, "Well, I think you need someone more chill." And the card did say, kiss to whoever was to your left. Nikki's showing up, right?
100%. Yeah.
You know it. And they build to that scene where it's like, okay, she's going to pop out at any moment now. Everyone in the theater knew she was coming. Still, her head bursts through the driver's side. She holds a cinder block on the steering wheel and just starts ramming this chick's head into it. For so long, the whole theater laughs and then gets uncomfortable again.
Oh.
Like, it was, and her hair is over her face, and her face is smashed in, bro. Like, her eyes out, and it's just mutilated. And Bear's watching it, and blood just everywhere. And you're just watching this person get mutilated, and it's so uncomfortable. And then finally she stops, and she goes, "You wanted this." And that's when she goes to comfort him and is like, no, it's okay, but you do have to help me now. You're in on this. You wanted this, so you have to help me hide the body. And so they start hiding the body. He helps her, and she goes, "Hey, I got it from here. How about you go back home and get freshened up, get rid of the car." So he drives the car out. Then he goes back to the One Wish Willow place, and now it's hyper mode. Now we're moving. The edits are jump cuts, the music going crazy. He's asking for the One Wish Willow. Where is it? He starts getting mad. He starts trying to figure out how he can get rid of it. And then he goes to Ian, and he goes, You're not going to believe me. This is what's going on with Nikki. I can't break. I made a wish. I can't do it." And Ian's like, "Then just make another fucking wish, dude. This is stupid. You're lying." He goes, "I can't. It's only one. You only get one wish." And he's like, "Oh, of course you only get one wish. Blah, 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 blah." And he goes, Please. He goes, "Take this and please wish that I never made a wish." He goes, "But you have to be very careful how you word it. We have to work on this together. Please just take this." And Ian takes it and he opens it. He goes, Okay. Stop. Before you break it, we need to think about this. And Ian goes, "I wish for $1 billion," and breaks it. And money immediately starts falling from the ceiling.
Whoa.
And Bear just goes, "No." And he just stares and falls on his knees. And he's just staring at him while all this money is raining down on him. And they're just staring at each other. And he's like, "What the fuck did you do? What did you do?" And Ian was like, "What did I do?" And so then Bear goes back. He goes, "Do not go to our place. Do not go." Because Sarah was texting him all this weird stuff, but it was really Nikki.
Yep.
So he goes, "Do not come to our place." So he goes. Bro, Sarah is now mutilated, naked, on this chair. And Bear's like, "Nikki, what is happening?" Nikki's now wearing Sarah's clothes and has drawn tattoos with Sharpie of Sarah's, and is like, "Why don't you love me as much as her? Why don't you love me? Why don't you want me?" Blah, 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 getting in his face. She's spitting at him, and she hit herself with this brick, and she goes, "Do you love me now?" Hits her with the brick. She starts bleeding. There's this weird mural to them as a couple. On the TV, there's footage of him sleeping playing, and yeah, and then he's sitting on the couch, and she's on top of him screaming, and she's now so pale and so broken, and then Ian walks in, and she shoots him, just straight up shoots him in the head with a gun. He falls, he's screaming, and Bear just goes, "It's okay, I love you, and then she starts cuddling him, and so now he's just blood all over him. She's looking like this demon next to her, and they're cuddling, and he goes, "Okay, let's just go shower. Let's figure this out. Let's go shower." He locks her out of the bathroom, has the gun, tries to shoot himself. Doesn't work. Because the only way the wish breaks is if he dies, right? Tries to shoot himself, won't do it. He's just like, "I can't do it." So then he's just he keeps putting the gun in his mouth. He's like, "No." He keeps trying to find out where to shoot. He's like, "No." He opens the cabinet. He sees the pills that his cat ate. So he goes over. He sits on the toilet. He takes a pill. She's like screaming on the outside of the locker, the bathroom, and then finally she goes, "I think we should break up." He's still like, "No, I have to kill myself." So he's still sitting there, and then she leaves, and he takes a handful of the pills. He takes the rest of them, and then just sits there, and then you hear another One Wish Willow breaking. And when that happens, he like snaps out of it, stands up, and walks out, and they like have a face off, and they start laughing at each other because she wished for him to be obsessed with her.
Yeah.
And so then they hug, and I at this point I'm like, fuck it, like just be crazy together. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like just leave. Like take the $1 billion and go live on your own.
Yeah.
Then he dies.
Because the pills.
Yep. So then she freaks out, and she brings him on the couch, and he dies in her arms, and she takes the gun, and right before she's about to kill herself, she snaps out of it, and she's Nikki again. And now Nikki has Bear on her with oozing foam out of his mouth. Ian, who, by the way, detail, she was casually hooking up with the whole time.
Whoa.
When she wasn't possessed. They just kept it on the DL, and they weren't anything more than just like they would have sex every now and then.
Yeah.
So then she sees the demented, like, what she did to Sarah, but she's sitting on the couch and she just throws Bear off of her. And then he just falls like shit on the floor, and then she just starts crying. And the movie just like pans to the screen and then cuts to the credits.
Oh.
Bro.
God.
It was so fucking crazy.
Insane. Wow.
I can't describe how intense those scenes were with the makeup and the effects and the acting. It was otherworldly.
Yep. Whoa.
And then, so the whole time, you don't know that she's become possessed by something. Like,
interesting.
Until she starts talking from the body, right?
Yeah, right. That, like, you gotta kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the whole time you're like, wait, what the fuck is this thing? Like, is it a glitch? What's going on? Well, I was like, her performance, dude, I hope she wins an award. It was amazing. And I started doing, like, watching interviews from the cast and the director. The director did comedy skits on YouTube, by the way. Nice. Hilarious. Nice. But she has said, the director gave me, like, Curry is his name. He told me, you're not possessed. You're not possessed. You're a crazy girlfriend. You are not possessed. Like, so he goes, I never want you for 1 second to think, okay, I need to be possessed. You are not possessed.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's such a cool cue to give an actor, where it's like, yeah, no, you don't try to be like, oh, what would a demon do here? No, you're just a crazy girlfriend. And we're going to push the limits of that. Yep.
Yeah.
And it felt like that until you're like, oh, that this is like an entity, and like that's crazy. And then she just snaps back, and you're like, the real Nikki witnessed all of that, and now she has to live with what just happened.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
dude,
that sounds pretty like a great movie.
It was phenomenal.
Very good. Yeah. It, like, sometimes some of the movies you've described, I like get chilled. This one just felt super intense and less like the other ones. And I don't know, I can't explain it, but I didn't get the same like chills, but I was hook, line, and sinker from the very beginning. So just as interesting, if not more so, but I didn't have the chills, which I appreciate, which makes me think this is a very high quality movie.
Well, yeah, because I had the chills just every scene, even the second time. I knew everything that was going to happen, and I was still like, I am so uncomfortable right now. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Just the way it was shot, the way it's done, the way it's edited. Oh, it's beautiful. The sound in it. There was one thing. Bear, after he takes the pills, he tries making himself throw up. Right? And so I saw an interview with that, and that was the actor's call. Because the director, the way he wrote it is like, yeah, he takes the pills and then the One Wish Willow. And I guess Bear was like, well, I think because Bear's such a coward, he should still try to get out of this.
Yeah.
And so what stops him from throwing up is the One Wish Willow breaking.
Snap.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was like, dude, what a like the
That's
more
a
I learn
great
about this
call.
movie, the more I'm just like these are just artists who are like, let's go tell a fucking story, dude. Like
Yeah.
that's so cool. It's so cool to hear all that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome call. Yeah, because why would he like fully commit to something right there? He's a
Right.
coward the whole movie. That's congruent with the storyline.
The only
Yeah.
time he ever confesses his true feelings is when she already did it for him,
She does it
essentially.
first. Yep. 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 Dang. Sounds like a great movie.
So good. Now I want to go see it a third time. I might wait, but oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah. 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 Oh man. I don't know about the listeners, but I've been jonesing for a House of Horrors, Reno's House of Horrors here. That was a good one.
I don't know how long that was. I apologize. I promise I didn't say the whole movie. By now, if you don't know, I spoil everything. I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
that's kind of the point. It's so that you can get the experience without going to see the movie.
Yeah, you can have the class 4 movie experience where you just have one of your best friends tell you about it and you don't have to go see it. It's great.
But I promise, even if you heard me describe it, still go see
Still.
it. Because
Yeah.
I saw it. And when I saw it the second time, I was still freaked out. I was still like, I know this next scene. I know what happens, and I'm still dreading it. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Well, what's the movie we watched on WrestleMania weekend?
Weapons.
Well, you talked about that before, so I
Yeah.
knew everything that was going to happen, and also I still had to go take some time for myself to breathe and like ground myself after the movie was over. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, spoilers or not, go see this shit.
The first time I saw it was at the Universal City Walk, and
Uh,
it was packed
yeah,
theater, right? And because I think it was the opening week, and so, but it was on a Monday, so I'm chilling, and I had to get like I had to wait until showtime to get one of the like handicap row seats because everything else is pretty much filled. So I
yeah,
was like, okay, and I got my ticket late to be fair, but I sat there, and then this guy and this girl sat next to me, and at the end of the movie, he looks over at me and he goes, "What the fuck?" And I just looked at him and I went, "I have no words."
yeah,
And then the girl, I think he was gay. The girl he was with goes, "You saw the shit alone?" I was like, I'm regretting my life choices, and I just kind of looked at them, and he's like cracking up, and we talk a bit, and then I go, "I hope you guys try and have a good day after that."
yeah,
And they're like, "You too. We have no idea what we're gonna do now."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was such a cool experience. Like as a theater, we were all traumatized.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. Man. And then you got to walk back out into Universal and be like, oh, there's people everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it was daylight. I was
Yeah,
like, this does not feel right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Probably for the best, though.
Oh,
Like it was
dude.
daylight. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. I'm not saying I'll never watch it. I'm saying there's a chance.
There are like, I would love to, like when I'm in a relationship again, I want to watch this movie with my partner because I think it'd be
Yep.
very like fun.
Yeah.
But it is just one of those things where it gets so extreme, you can't help but to laugh because you're so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
just like, oh my god, like she's crazy, but and this is terrible. But also, I have to laugh, otherwise we're screwed.
Yep. Yep, for sure. Yeah, that's one of the fun things about, yeah, like a new relationship is now you get to show that person all like your favorite things and movies and stuff and like re-experience it.
And you can't do it too soon because if you're like, this is one of my favorite movies right now, and it's that, they're gonna be like, who are you?
Uh-huh. Or then it's like, all right, I guess we're gonna get married now because if you're into this quickly, I am too. Let's go.
100%. And I don't know which is more dangerous.
I know. Both have pros and cons for sure. Oh man. Whew.
So good.
So now, what do we have next?
I think we
Not a
can just
practice.
close it.
I think
There's
you were
no,
right at 2 hours.
yeah. Normally we do the like analogy thing, but I think 2 hours is long.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been a while since we've seen each other, guys. Come on,
Yeah, give us a break.
give us a break.
Watch it in segments. You'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. So Okay, and then do we announce maybe what we want to do since I'm going to be on vacation for 2 weeks,
Yeah,
what the
I'm
bonus
down.
episode is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we could talk about this now, but okay. So I'm gonna go. Danielle and I are going on vacation starting next week. We're gonna be gone for 2 weeks, so the recording will be interrupted again. However, we're being proactive this time, and either I guess tonight or tomorrow we're gonna do a watch along of one of our matches or the singles match we had against each other. So, do
Oh
you think we
yeah.
make a post and get people's opinions, or do you have one that you want to do just right off the bat?
I we could probably make a post. I think we should definitely do the first one.
Yeah, the
Of
one where we
us.
face each other.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And worst case, we do like two, and
Yeah.
that way we have two. So maybe we do that.
Okay.
We'll make a poll on stories or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we're gonna record that tomorrow, and I guess this will be out Friday, and then we'll put the other one out the following Friday.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, the Pretty City Podcast is so back, guy.
So back. Go see some freaking movies. Go watch
Yeah.
sports. Go watch
Yeah.
wrestling.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.